Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the prayers. I want to thank all of us. I want to thank all of us for the patience that we have had from Wednesday when we reported to Boeing High School, our regional KSEF, that is the 58th edition, that is 2023. I want to echo someone that we had when we were opening. Someone said that our students are disciplined, and indeed we have been very disciplined. Can we clap for ourselves? This is quite commendable. Teachers have also been very disciplined and able to judge it. And we have actually made our great success. For Thursday, we started studying written. Friday, we had the written, then the oral. And then today, we have finally come to the end of the fair, which has really made us learn so much from each other. When we were opening, we said that we are all the winners from the counties, and therefore when you come to the region, you're already a winner. And we also agree that at the end, we are still all of us going to be winners. It is only that the winners have categories. We have 1, 2, 3, up to whichever number, but we are all winners. So for those who participated and they have emerged winners, I want to congratulate you in advance. For those who will not be rated winners, we are still winners. And that means we still have a chance for next year. We go and do some improvement from what we have been told. We have issued the mapping schemes, and therefore you will be given so that you can go through them and know your weak areas and your strong areas. So that when you come back next year, it may not necessarily be in Taita, but wherever we'll be, at least we can also be in the position 1, 2, 3. This year we have had a change. We have been taking position 1 to 4 to the national, but this time we are taking position 1 to position 3 to the national. Next year, we are going to trickle down to the counties, sub-counties. We may see some changes in the numbers that we are taking from one level to another. So for the patrons and the judges, let's take note of that so that we don't start asking why are we having this and why are we having this. That is why it started at the higher level. In this fair, we have had 6 counties participating. We have all the way Tana River. They have participated. They brought us position number 1s from their counties and 7 position number 2s. And then we have Lamu. Lamu brought us position number 1 to 3. That is good luck for them. And then we have Kilifi. From Kilifi, we had 4 positions to the region. Clap for them. Mombasa, they also brought position 1 to 4. Makofi kwao. And then we have Kwale. They also brought position 1 to 4. Makofi kwao. We have Taita, which also brought position 1 to 4. Makofi kwao. I also want to recognize a school in Lamu, that is Lamu Girls. I think they are the ones with the highest number of projects at the region. Close to Lamu Girls. That is good. Keep up. And from the projects that we have had, the judges did their work, and we have the best out of all that came to the region. And before I come and present the best, we have some people who have taken part in the coming up of the best. So the most important person I want to invite, so that at least others, when I invite, they make reference to him, is our chief judge. I want to welcome our chief judge to give us a short report of what has happened for the 3 days. And then from there we proceed. So Mr. Lishenga, welcome.
All protocols of lab researchers, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Happy for the good conclusion of the event that we'll be having, the Kenya Science and Engineering Fair, 58th edition. I have noted a few things that I would like to share with you in brief, but the full report I'll give to the secretary. She can share with the judges and patrons. So this event was largely successful to me, very successful, and I've got very little to say about the presentations. The presenters say they were wow. I was actually surprised by the courage that the guys and boys had. So these guys are so confident that they made whatever the project was, however simple or complex it was, they made it very enjoyable. Very enjoyable. I moved across and I didn't see any signs of breakups in terms of communication. Then I went on to trying to look at the overall quality. I'll be honest and say that overall quality comparatively looked at with previous cases had a lull. It dipped. It dipped. We always try to find explanation for such, and I'll say yes, it's not our pleasure is dipped, but we can always say that it was because of some intervention. Right? There was a lull, a 3-year lull, that was occasioned by the COVID pandemic. So that's as backtrack on the advance that the previously made. And when it came back, when we started again, I noticed that the timing was a hurry thing. It was a hurry thing that after the sub-counties, immediately you are supposed to go to the counties before you do make any reasonable improvements at the regional. I hope that's the explanation. Now, as the chief judge, I dwell more on the deficiencies, not because it's my pleasure, but it's because that is very necessary for continual improvement which we desire. So, very few things I'll talk about generally about projects. I'll talk on originality. Across the various categories, it was revealed by one of my able seasoned judges that some projects were copycats. That is, they were basically repetitions of previous projects presented elsewhere with little or no modification. Kindly, because it's a continuous process, let us not do this again. Let us try to come up with original projects, or if we bring back, we recycle a project, it is with marked improvement so that it is sufficiently different from the previous one. The other thing I noticed on regarding categorization, categories in which we open to place our projects. A good number of projects were not placed in their correct categories. And this I noted was due to confusion maybe by the students, maybe by the patrons, on the criteria for placing a project in a category. The criteria is basically the main objective, not the tools and equipment used in that particular project. So if your main objective is maybe to improve agriculture, then it's in agriculture. The product is in agriculture, isn't it? Whether you use an aeroplane or any other gadget, it is just in agriculture. If your objectives are maybe to improve performance, to attempt to improve performance in a certain discipline, whether you use a lorry, whether you use some electronic gadgetry, those are just like teaching aids, isn't it? Your objective is because ultimately you have to show us that I try to work on this level of students under these competencies. I intervene with this gadget, and this is now their level of competence, isn't it? So it doesn't become engineering just because you are using something electrical, something mechanical, or something, or a computer. That does not make it computer science, isn't it? It is the main objective. And then about this has been an itchy one about rules of the game. Rules of the game, like any other event or any other process, this one has got its own rules, isn't it? We have got exceptions, projects that were exempted from by rule. Maybe at some time, maybe the secretary will expand on it, but I know for ethical considerations, security considerations, safety considerations, we have, among others, we have projects that involve certain materials or processor being disallowed. Such include projects involving the use of animal and human parts of fluids. It also includes projects involve potentially dangerous materials like bad chemicals, explosives, etc. Projects whose output or part of the materials is alcohol for ethical reasons. Projects whose process of evaluation are not within our scope are also potentially hazardous or dangerous. Like if you come up with a small plane of yours, we cannot draw, because our planes to fly, isn't it? So for you to evaluate a plane must fly, we'll reject that project because we can't allow you to fly that plane, isn't it? If you come with something that's not driving a vehicle, we'll tell you no, you need a driving license, so the plane is not called. If you come with something that requires you to go some ocean work, go to the ocean, we'll tell you no, that's beyond our scope. So please bear with us if maybe a project of yours have been declared out. Some are even, for ethical reasons, a project involving medicine. Medicine is something very sensitive. Medicine is very sensitive. So you cannot have, you not get patients, you start giving them some concoction, whose dosage you don't know, whose chemistry you don't know, the biochemistry behind it, you don't know how you interact with it, you don't know, and then you say you are testing a project. So we'll tell you, no, that one, on ethical grounds, we cannot take it. So we remain those other class of projects that are within our grasp. Maybe I dwell now into the specifics. I dwell now into the specifics about a project, any project now. If I go into the projects, now the strength of a project, where is it? One, I notice weaknesses in background information and scientific basis of projects. Many presenters were at a loss to explain what motivated them to choose a certain project, isn't it? There should be some linkage to the existing body of knowledge, some linkage to the existing challenges, isn't it? That challenges you to go into that. You have to put that on clearly, and then in your literature review, you have to give us a scientific basis. You say, maybe this is, I'm trying to make this from this because I know by science this is composed of these organics, and if these organics mix with these, that's scientific basis. And you say, maybe you have that informed too, that banana peels maybe have elements of some enzyme that can maybe digest, I don't know, sugars, something like that, isn't it? You'll be quoting, and that's what is really lacking in our write-ups. The scientific basis for all our interventions. We just take this, mix with this, and mix with this, and then boil, and then have this. It's not standard. The other is chief weakness is objectives. Our objectives are really letting us down. Objectives are just sort of statements. If I look at most of our projects, you say, I can see maybe you want to come up with an improved technique of production, maybe hydroponics, isn't it? You want to, but then instead of just saying, my objective is to maybe assess the potential behind hydroponics in the production of this crop. Somebody says his objective was to now ensure food sufficiency and empower farmers in the country. Now, you know, when you start a project, an objective, it's just what you are going to do, isn't it? What you are going to do, you are going to start from how it is. You see, you intervene, make your interventions, and then how it is after your intervention. So you have to measure how it was, and then after you have done something about it, then how it has become, isn't it? So if you tell me you want to end poverty, now will you bring a section of Kenyans that were poor with your project done in 3 months? They were poor. Now you have now done your project. Now they are now rich. Will you come with that? Will you have that? You want to develop a drug for curing cancer, maybe. Now you have to come up with the cancer patients that were having cancer. You see that? Now you subject them to your treatment. Then now they are cancer free. So our objectives were too broad. Just statements. If the objective is smart, is clear, specific, you have no problems with the data. And remember, for those that were just listing objectives like points to earn more marks, you have got 10 objectives. Every objective that you ever state has a methodology and it has data to evaluate it, isn't it? So if you have 10 objectives, I want to 10 different types of data, each answering each objective. And if you have 2 objectives, then you have 2 pieces of data at least to answer those objectives. So objectives are not just there hanging like that. They are actually the backbone of that project. From the objectives, you go to the materials and methods. You have to list the materials and have to be very logical. The only weakness I noticed here was things are not being done logically and not scientifically. What I mean logically, I mean you cannot, if the door is closed, you cannot enter the house and open the door. You must open the door first before you enter, isn't it? And if you have to go out, you go out and then you close the door behind you. You cannot close the door and go out, isn't it? That's what you mean logic. Follow sequence by sequential. But most challenging roles in measure, we are trying to make certain things, certain products, foods, good. We need what we call standardization. What do I mean? If I'm making an ice cream or I'm making a cake, I need 2 grams. I should tell you 2 grams of this plus 5 grams of that, dissolved in this amount of water, both for this length of time, isn't that? Now you are saying you just take some of them, compound, put in add some water, then stir, then heat, and then here you have it. You see that? Are we communicating? Any other time, let us know how much of what, how long, what time duration, if it's concentration, measurements, isn't it? Measurements. Heat from this up to this, into 100 degrees centigrade for 10 minutes, isn't it? Then it means, after you are through, I can take your methodology and prepare exactly the same thing like yours. Then my product and operation will be the same. Good. Thank you for that. And then the data collection and analysis. Now, that is where the elephant is, the elephant in the room. After I've done my project, I've fabricated something. Now I want to declare it successful. That's our motivation here. So how will I say that my project is successful? Scientific projects, even if they don't become successful as you think so, they are only successful because they have given us knowledge that this and this intervention does not work under this procedure, isn't it? So that's a contribution to knowledge, even not working. So when you have a project and you are forcing it to work, say, now I've made my cake, now how do I force it to say? I took my cake, I gave 50 students in my school, 45 said that they liked it, and then you want us to say that's data. A cake is not prepared for being liked by people like that. A cake primarily is prepared for nutrition, isn't it? Why don't you now prepare your cake, your juice, whatever you have prepared. Now, go elementary biology and agriculture. You do food tests, isn't it? Try to do those food tests. Whatever measure that are within your grade. Don't tell me that you measure the percentage of manganese in a, I'll tell you how did you measure. Because I know up to Form 4 level you cannot measure. There are people even in the university who cannot measure percentage of concentration of manganese in a substance. So when you are trying to bring those data and I look at them, we smile. We smile out of mischief, isn't it? Knowing that we are cheating. So we say that whenever you set objectives, have a procedure for them and have a data for them. And then the data should be collected on every objective of the project. If you have 10 objectives, for those who are having 10 of them, then you have to see 10 sets of data. You see, and then the data should be connected to that objective. It should be. If you are measuring, making nutrition, something nutritious, your data should be answering the question of nutrition. But here we start off with a project in nutrition, and then when we reach here, because we don't want to measure, we start now going to surveying. You say now, after this, you don't need to tell us whether it has proteins, you don't measure that. You are just telling us now, I took it, and then some students took it, and I know never seen another took it. And then some said, yes, you make it a survey. That is not good. And then the discussion, the conclusions, and the recommendations. These things are tied, my brothers and sisters. Very little attempts were made to discuss data trends and other descriptives. If the data was trending in such a way, you discuss that the data is increasing in order and you try to explain why, isn't it? If the mean of the data is beyond or below expectation, that's the mean is a descriptive, or more or whatever you have done up to Form 4 level statistics. You have to tell us something about those are the things you discuss. You don't discuss villagers, you discuss now whatever the data is. You have tortured data. You have tortured data, now it has talked to you now. Now you inform us what data is telling you about your project, isn't it? That's what we have to discuss. And when you conclude, you look at what the data is that is telling you that this thing is not performing. Tell us, as from the data, it is performing below average, isn't it? Or it's performing above, according to the data. Don't bring in people's assumed opinion. And then any recommendations should be based on the data. If the data shows that there is a high potential of this thing working, then you can recommend for further research, you can recommend for refinement and maybe adoption. Yeah, otherwise, you always recommend further research with maybe an improved methodology. Limitations are not what you don't have. Limitations are actually what you cannot control at that moment. When you say limitations, don't tell us that it's limited because say you can talk of time span, you can talk of maybe resources, isn't it? But don't say it's because you cannot think. Anyway, way forward is I'm happy to say that I've traveled this journey right away from the sub-county up to the regional level. And I recommend these, that we need the following corrective measures. One, as the people involved, we need to individually or cumulatively be trained or train ourselves in the stating of achievable, specific objectives. That will make this thing very easy to write. See that? The objective. You don't have 10 objectives. Actually, for my case, I always set like one main objective and then the specific. I want to fabricate a machine that I don't know does this. Specific, that's broad. Under specific, I'll do what I'll fabricate. I'll say I'll fabricate this. I'll then test its efficiency or its effectiveness, isn't it? Those are enough. When I make it, I've made objective one, the main. Second one, I want to show that this thing is working. So I have to run it. If it was for plowing and plow and look the efficiency of plowing, depth of plowing, measure those variables that do with that. I've come back to variables. People are now imagining variables from there. After somebody have a figure for that, after some variables and a figure. So people just write their things. Variables can be again looked at the objective. What was the objective? To improve agricultural production. So the variables will be what? Then pertain to production. Yeah? Is it fertilizer? Is it water versus what? Versus harvest? Is it that? So you don't look at other things, just look, that objective thing is the most important. It tells you many other things. So variables, people say independent variable, then they mention other things, yet they are not even mentioned. When you say that my variables, then in the table for results, I need to see, you said variable was number of people, the independent, or consumption. You see that? But you mention variable there, and then you come and put there other things. Kindly not. So, after patterns having that, we said we group patterns, we focus on objectives, and then we also have to monitor ourselves. We institute measures that make sure that actually we do what we commit ourselves to do. What do I mean? I mean, I've noticed that some of the projects that came from the sub-county, they are one and the same. They are the sub-county, they are the regional. What does that mean? When the judge sat down and made some recommendations for improvement, they were never done at sub-county. Then they came to the county, they were never done again. So that's why they are here. Just like that, it was at the same time. So, I suggest, as I'm suggesting, the leadership behind that steers this thing. I call upon you to institute measures that will make sure that corrections are done on projects that move from one level to the other. When our project is at sub-county level, now it's going to the county, let's have what we call a correction certificate or a corrections report. Whatever has been said to be done. So when it comes to the county, the first 5 months, the judge will now look at what was suggested, because we'll be having those records and how much has been done, corrected. So that's we call it that our correction certificate should have 5 marks. So if it comes with nothing, 0, you start with 5 marks behind. See that? If it comes with the 50% done, 2.5 marks. And then we start marking as we have been doing. I can talk, but for now, I've completed the meaningful talk that I had. May I now turn back to my secretary. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mishinga. He has really done a good job in these 3 days without having a rest. So, at this moment, our guest and chair, allow me to recognize and give some minutes to our partners that we have been working together. We normally have them at the national level, but this time round, they told me that Lynette, we are coming down to coast, and they are with us. They have brought us some presents, and we are very happy to be with them. So let me call upon Alex, that is from STEM Center, Nairobi, to say hi to the coast participants and KSEF at large. Karibu sana.
Jambo. How are you doing? Good. My name is Alex Magu. I'm the CEO of STEM Impact Center Kenya, and we deal with VEX, robotics, Lego, and that's what brought us here. I've heard so much about your projects, and some of the schools have been in touch with us, and a cool message. And we are sponsors in the Kenya Science and Engineering Fair up to the national level, and we thought of coming down here, give you good news that the teams that proceed to the national level, and in the robotics category, we're also sponsoring 3 laptops for the top 3 teams and 3 robotics kits. So if you've seen a VEX kit around and you happen to proceed, so So make sure that you look forward to being the best so that you get to be recognized with robotics kits and laptops for the teachers as well for the effort. Otherwise, we are very happy to be here in Mombasa region. Thank you for hosting us. And we're looking forward to being partners, and we'll make sure that in the following year, we're able now to come and enhance our partnerships. So we brought one trophy. We hope next time we'll bring another 3, perhaps or more. So that's one of the things that we're keen to ensure we partner with your region. Thank you so much. Yeah, and one more thing I forgot to mention, we also run an international competition. And last year we took 4 schools to Germany on robotics to go and compete against the Germans, Chinese, and everything. So it's also something that we also want to spread out to this region, that there are opportunities for you to go beyond the national level and compete against other countries in the world. Are you looking forward to that? Excellent. So I hope to see you in Germany and Panama City. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alex, for coming and for giving us that good and extended helping hand. Karibu sana. Next, we have Bwana Gosini Owini from Afribot Robotics. Welcome, say hi and tell us something. He is also having some schools which is promising to work with from now. So let us listen to him very carefully.
To the organizing secretary, Kenya Science and Engineering Fair, judges, teachers, and students. Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Owili Jasin, and I'm the founder and CEO of Afribot Robotics. So how many of you participated in robotics by raise of our students? How many? Okay, so we have good news for you. We are partnering with Kenya Science and Engineering Fair. Okay, to start with, when I was in high school, I used to participate in Science Congress, but then it was Science Congress, from Form 2 all the way to Form 4. And I managed to sell 2 of my innovations, and right now they are used in industries. Now it is with that I started working with industries, and you can see from that banner, we automate manufacturing processes in industries, and we also support STEM education so that you can produce more engineers, more scientists, and make students more creative as well. To support this, we are looking to sponsor or donate 10 robotic kits in 6 counties. That is Coast Region. For those who will proceed to national levels, we'll have something for you. So in Taita Taveta, we are going to support 2 schools. That is Chala Secondary School Ngalo Secondary School, in Tana River, 2 schools as well, Ngao Girls, and other secondary school. In Kilifi, 2 schools, Palakumi Secondary School, Lusangani Boys, in Kwale 2 schools as well, Taro Boys, and Forest Secondary School. In Lamu and Mombasa, we are going to support 1 school for now, but with the partnership that we are going to have with Kenya Science Engineering Fair, we want to make this event bigger and even support as many schools as possible from next year and moving forward. So Lamu, we are going to support Bright Girls, Shela. Mombasa, we are going to support Bubu Secondary School. Bubu. Yes. Okay. Now, I'd like to make a special request to judges and also organizers. Next time, let us also have people with disability participate in Science Congress. We are willing to support, and we can have that discussion moving forward. Thank you very much. See you soon. Asante sana.
So thank you so much. I think robotics is a new category and it is attracting so many schools. Apart from the STEM schools, it is now extending to other schools. So those who have interest, there are many chances for us. The doors are open. Let us work so that we get exposed. Now, in addition to what they have said, this year in Coast Region, I want to recognize some 2 schools which have actually done well and they're doing us proud as a region. I want to recognize Chala. They represented us in the Young Science and they emerged position number 1. Can you clap for Chala, please? That was good. I also want to recognize a team which is going to represent us in May in USA as a region. If the teacher is here, utamuka tu utuweb, St. Thomas Girls Kilifi. Thank you so much. So, sciences have started doing well in the coast, and I want to believe with the hard work that we are having, with the teamwork, I'm going to go far. So I want to wish girls well as they represent the region. Kindly, you to represent vizuri. Pongezi sana mwalimu. At that point, I don't want to take this session to be so long. Allow me to welcome the host principal. The first principal. Tumekaa vizuri na naona tunasmile. Karibu sana mwalimu.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon again. Yes, I think before I make my comment, I like to recognize the team that we are working with them here. And I'll just give 1 minute. They will stand. Then I give 1 minute to one of them. Mr. Kasau to talk to us. Then I'll pick up from there. Please stand up. Mr. Box. Mr. Musau. Yeah, that's the team that have been working with them here alongside others. Please sit down, take your seats. Mr. Musau just make a comment on the team. All protocols observed. Good afternoon. Now we are really delighted hosting you, the Coast Region. We are happy to have you around. We are even not happy letting you bring back, but we feel happy that you are with us. When you came in, we never thought that we will measure up, we will make you that comfortable. And we did the that we did to see that you use our facilities that was available to achieve your goals. So, an appeal to the leadership of the KSEF that next time you consider coming back. And we are going to improve and make it better next time. So, welcome to our school. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Let's give a good clap. Thank you. The one who said here is not a principal member of high school. I'm standing here on behalf of my boss, the honorary teacher, and the principal member of high school, Sir Mr. Shao. My name is John Kimbangwandi, Deputy Principal 1, who is in charge of the administration. I think that this person has been involved in operation for these 4 or 5 days that I will be here. Again, as I talk, I have been my mentor here. You see, when somebody does good to you, it's only the corporations. Again, before I talk, I want to recognize my mentor, the principal, Marine Girls, Father Principal, Father, where's the club? Yeah. So, I am happy with that. I am happy. You know, most of us very cool as people. Well, those who are history. You always talk about that with the order. That's what I call it now. Because whatever you see in me, see it in her. Yeah? The one you see here, or the promoting you see here, or the doing you see here, it is her who have made him mature. What kind of I mark? Our infrastructure of excellence is not that much, but I believe it has served you for the purpose that it has been intended to. That is hosting this year, post-union, KSEF competition. And without wasting a lot of time, I think, again, we have 6 counties. 6 counties, you know them. And I worked very closely with these representatives, the team manager was different for the 6 counties. So wherever they are, that happened. Thank you, because they have not let me down. Yeah. You are living their benefits, that will legally and come very early here. That is to support, that is the students which may be here. Then, it's good to understand as well that the royal family is actually composed of 22 teachers, that 4 teachers are the members of the nursing staff, and 1150 students, and more than Yamuni, and all of them are in here. And the reason I'm saying all this, I hope you have interacted with them. So any bad thing, please leave it here. Any bad thing, leave it here. Any good thing, carry it back home. Yeah? As I'm saying, any bad thing, leave it here. And any what? Good thing, carry it home. Hospitality by my students, the boys, I know it was good. I'm saying, vijana mpo, sio hivyo. Yes, I can tell you that is the principals here are the members who are present in the congregation. These boys are given buckets by my boys, and they are building together with my boys that is in the dormitory there. So any facility, yeah, they are entitled to use. They have used it again very well. Then lastly, without the much more time, the discipline was superb from you people. I think the boys who are here, I addressed you on Thursday morning, and I gave you the ground rules. And I told you, I am a Kenyan teacher. I am not the boy who has to teach only. I am a Kenyan teacher. That if you do something contrary to our rules, our laws have permission. That is from the principles. Directly our living as our rules. Because I am a Kenyan teacher. And you are Kenyan students. So, I congratulate you all and thank you all. Thank you to the leadership of this particular course of competition. And I hope in the next time, we shall host you. We have the capacity. And if for the nationals, if they come here, we are quite ready and we can do it and it much better. Thank you. Back to them.
I think my name is really right. We have really admired this discipline of male boys. These boys are very disciplined. Napenda sana walimu, mfanya kazi nzuri hapo. And I am very sure the rest of the students will have learned something from your boys. When you go back home, use it where you will be. Without wasting time, I want to welcome our regional KSEF chairman, who will introduce the guests, give us something, and then also give us the guests to address us. After that, I give the results. Welcome, chairman.
Thank you, Madam Linet. Madam, I won't take much of your time. We know in such occasion the time is for the chief time, and the chief time have already given the remarks. Mine is to request our committee to stand, chairs from different counties. Secretary, so that I can introduce. We have Chair Lam, we have Mr. Karaoke, Chair Mombasa, and also the Regional Vice Chair. I have Mr. Peter Kiema, our Regional Treasurer, and the Chair Tanarifa. I have Mr. Gabriel Nati, Committee Chair. We have Madam Linet, Secretary Vision, Mr. Bedoga, Secretary Tanarifa, Madam Fatma, Secretary Lamu, and myself, Griffin Lewesa, as the chair region. I'll be very brief. First, I'll start by stating that without you people, we will not be having this fair. We have really made our day, and we had a very nice competition that took place here. And without the patrons, then we will not be having this fair. So I take this opportunity also to congratulate you for the work that you have done. And I believe, despite the break of 3 years, you still have the energy to proceed. And I believe come next year, we shall be back on the track where we were before we went for the corona break. I also take this opportunity also to thank the hosts. The hosts have done a very, very good job. We were here during the county games and county fair. We looked at the gaps that were there so that when we come here, we shall have ironed out. And I believe from the response that we're getting, the feedback from our students, they really appreciated your work. We can also see that previously we used to take girls back to the village. This time we took your lunch here. And I believe that organization was superb. For those who will be hosting next, please copy that. We don't need to remove your student or remove your food from one place to another. Let us share and do as a team. The way we have done here with the 12 girls. So I also took this opportunity to thank the girls village for the work that we have done. The other point that I want to make is we have a bigger problem as the third child. If you look at the statistics, the girls who have come for this activity, they are 296 and the boys are 233. That tells us something. The third child is being squeezed in all direction. So the pattern as we move back, let the body is back on track. Otherwise, we are being overtaken. So let us not look at the issues, the root cause of having less number of boys in this particular competition. I believe it is not right, and we need to do more. We need to have affirmative action towards the boy child. And finally, I have come to this competition to pick a team, the best out of the best, so that they can present us in the nationals. We shall be, for those who will be successful, we shall be traveling to the national next week on the 21st, and we shall have a stop over Nakuru, and then on 22nd proceeding to Kisumu. So we shall be having a national Kisumu gang. The girls will be hosted at Kisumu girls, the boys will be hosted at Kisumu boys. So I believe the judges have done a very good work, and I'm going to get the best team. Finally, I think as I took the mantle of the chairmanship,